Tonight, a new twist has placed the Ministry of Trade and Investment and that of Energy and Petroleum at the center of the controversial importation of substandard fuel. Appearing before the Senate Departmental Committee on Energy in Mombasa, Kenya Pipeline Company officials revealed that despite flagging the fuel as unfit for the Kenyan market, top officials from the ministries bypassed the government-to-government framework and ignored the quality control tests to supply the controversial fuel cargo. NTV's Kevin Mutai with the details.
The Senate Committee on Energy was in Mombasa to interrogate top officials from the Kenya Port Authority and the Kenya Pipeline Company regarding the substandard fuel consignment worth billions of shillings.
That we have now.
It was established that the vessel, which had been in the high seas without a schedule to call the port of Mombasa, was allegedly meant to discharge the consignment in West Africa, but unauthorized channels were used to dock the vessel in the country.
What is in public domain, and we have come here to confirm, is that this substandard fuel was allegedly destined for Angola. So as somebody who had a chance to handle that manifest, what's your evidence?
So most of these tankers, they do business at sea. Once you get the buyer, then you are given instruction to proceed to that port. Without the manifest.
According to KPA, port charges amounting to 37 million shillings were collected from the vessel MT Paloma, the fees levied on all ships entering the port of Mombasa.
The vessel departs with the cargo. No, the vessel discharged the cargo.
KPC says it received samples of the fuel consignment 2 weeks before the vessel arrived and took them for laboratory analysis at its storage facilities in Changamwe. The agency says the evaluation report revealed high levels of sulfur and recommended for its rejection. The committee also heard that the government officials at the ministries of trade and that of energy and petroleum circumvented the process using a waiver which granted the fuel entry into the country.
How does a ministry that does not have expertise and a minister who is not holding the competency or the standards of that fuel do one letter, waive standards, not even waive, you don't even waive the taxes or waive the charges, waive the standards of the fuel that should land in this country? How does that work?
This was a contingency procurement. So even the shipper or the importer give his quality of the proposal and say a disclaimer that my proposal has some issues on the standard. So even at the procurement stage it was known.
The senators also disclosed that state officials colluded with the company behind the importation saga to bypass the government-to-government framework amid claims that the substandard fuel has already been mixed with the existing stocks at KPC.
Hawa hawakuleta kwa G2G. Sisi tunaona makosa iko kwa wakubwa huko juu na wale ambao walikubali kuendeleza na hii programu wakijua kuna makosa.
One Petroleum Limited, the CS Energy and Petroleum, the CS Trade and Industry are coming to our committee next week, including the board chair for IBRA and Kenya Pipeline.
Even as the government maintains that the substandard fuel will be withdrawn from the market, questions remain: how will that process be undertaken? Yet the consignment is within KPC's infrastructure and all the levies have been paid for. So who is fooling who? According to KPA, MT Valerie Roma has already docked at the port of Mombasa and is discharging 37,000 metric tons of petrol with 7 other oil tankers expected in the next 2 weeks. Kevin Mutai, NTV from Mombasa.